Welcome to Math, where we make math make sense by connecting it to the world we know. Today we are going to connect English and math. By the end of this video, you should understand what an idiom is and be able to provide an example, what 180 and 360 degrees on a circle is, what a semicircle is, and the meaning of the idioms do a 180 and do a 360. Today we're going to make sense of the idioms doing a 180 and doing a 360. So what are idioms? Idioms are expressions that have a particular or strange grammar or don't make sense given the meaning of the individual words. So let's take, for example, keeping tabs. That just means to watch, or like you hear someone say, keep tabs on your friends. That just means to make sure they're okay, they are where they say they are, and things of that nature. But the word keep means to have, to hold, or something of that nature. Tabs, when we think of tabs, we think of either something at a bar, say they're holding a tab, or something on your computer, like when you have desktop tabs for your browser. We can even use the idiom a piece of cake, which means something is easy. But if you take the literal meanings of piece of cake, piece is just a part, and then of cake, we all know what cake is, then it doesn't make sense for the grammar that it needs in order for somebody to say this is a piece of cake, meaning that it's easy, when literally the words piece of cake means a slice of cake. So back to our idioms, both 180 and 360 come from the degrees of a circle. There are 360 degrees in a circle, so let's do some quick math. How would we find half of 360? We should either divide 360 by 2 or multiply it by a half, or see what two same numbers add together to equal 360. All methods will produce the same result. If we divide 360 by 2, we can break 360 into its expanded form. 360 is going to be equal to 300 plus 60. Now we can take half of that. If you know how to long divide, that works as well. Now 360 is a little complicated to divide into 2. But if we break 300 into hundreds, that's a lot easier. So 360 is going to be equal to 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 60. Why? Because 3 100s is going to be equal to 300s. Since 50 plus 50 is equal to 100, 50 is half of 100. Because I said, the way halves work is if we add two of the same number, so 50 and 50 are the same, that's going to be half of 100 because half is dividing something into two equal parts. And since 30 plus 30 is equal to 60, half of 60 is going to be 30. So half of 360 is going to be equal to 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 30 because we have 3 100s and 160. So then that means we need to have 3 50s and 1 30. And that's going to be equal to 180 when we add those all together. So half of a circle, or a semicircle, which means half of a circle, is 180 degrees. On the circle, 180 degrees is opposite of the starting position, which would be 0 degrees, while 360 degrees is in the same position as the starting position, which again would be 0 degrees. So when we use the idiom doing 180, we mean that someone changed their mind or did the opposite of the original. Have you ever hated something but come to love it? I know I have. I used to hate guacamole, but now I love it. That's doing a 180. Doing a 360 is to be in the same place where you started. However, you can take this to mean someone changed their mind twice to come to the original conclusion. Have you ever loved something then hated it just to come around to love it again? That's doing a 360. Now to assess your understanding. What is an idiom? Give an example of one in the video you use in your life or have heard someone say. How many degrees are in a circle? How many degrees are in a semicircle? What does doing a 180 mean? What does doing a 360 mean? Give an example of one you have done in your life or someone you know. How can you use these idioms in your life now that you know their meanings?